कहीं एजुकेशन में मैं तो बोलता हूँ 14-year-old से शुरू करना चाहिए.
I would agree. I think it should start from high school without a doubt. My portfolio.
This is a big revelation. I would always view you as a debt person.
Portfolio for me, the growth stage is the most dominant, right? Because I'm in the salaried class.
So, former debt CIO, 18 years, says equity is preferred over debt. I go back to my nursing Munji days, and I think कि कभी कहीं 1-2-5 लाख रुपए तभी मेरे पॉकेट में होते और तब इक्विटी मैंने ले लिया रहता, इवन इन इंडेक्स फंड.
Correct. And when जैसे बोलते हैं ना पूरे ब्रह्मलोक में या देवलोक में हाहाकार मच जाता है, then शिवा की थर्ड आई खुलती है. Have you seen the movie विरासत, Anil Kapoor?
Yeah, I liked it.
So if you were that Anil Kapoor of the movie Virasat, not in the gaon, and saying that you can make 1, 2, 3 changes to the entire financial system.
Only an inferiority complex guy will be jealous of.
क्या होगा?
कुछ नहीं, बहुत पैसा. लक्ष्मी, you know better. हाथ रेस करो ना, वर्ल्ड में, पूरा वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड में पैसा बहुत है, एप्लीकेशन नहीं है.
Hello and welcome everyone to AUM Finance Podcast. This podcast discusses the first principles of investing and is for informational purpose only. We intend to add to the body of knowledge. Please consult your financial advisor before taking any investing decision.
Welcome back. Anything else you would like to, I mean, let's say a college student is looking at a podcast, an MBA graduate is looking at it, person who are in MBA, okay, and so you are a veteran in debt and alternate. You've seen all asset classes. Asset classes for the viewers are different investment avenues.
Sure.
So just impromptu, whatever you want to.
No, to them, I think for that audience, my view is that they need to start investments as of yesterday.
Yes.
And if
you're
they
already late in the party.
Yeah.
Even if you are a student, why not invest pocket money?
No, that, and second is if it's not yesterday, the next best day is today.
Yes.
So that is point number one, because you know.
So it's not that अभी मैं graduate हुआ हूँ या हुई हूँ, 5 साल मैं थोड़ा life enjoy करती फिर invest करती. You are going to miss on very good opportunities.
Absolutely. Think about
delayed gratification करो थोड़ा.
No, I'm saying think about you know, the thought process for Gen Z is that I want to own the iPhone 15. I am saying that create enough wealth that tomorrow you are, creating your own Apple or, having a stake in Apple. I think that is the progression.
But let me tell you, so my idea is like I am an Apple and a book buyer.
Okay.
And my book budget is more than Apple. And I buy every Apple gadget.
Wow.
Okay. So these two things I have told my wife, never tokeify me. Rest all, I don't have any other expense.
So you are like me, I must say. Yeah?
Yes.
I am I would say obsessed Apple family fan.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Do you have 15 already in the pocket?
Addiction. No, 15 I'm still trying to, I'm just trying to justify the VFM, the typical
no, it is
South.
Done. I mean, see, I'll tell you my justification, you'll like it. Can I buy a car or a bungalow or some clothes which are at par with billionaires around the world? I cannot. We will one day, okay?
Yeah.
But a new Apple phone, and you know the beauty is last year when I bought an Apple phone, what was unique? Do you know? And this year, last year. So last year I bought it first day, first show.
Okay.
I'm from a tier 2 town in India, Nagpur. What happened, you know? I bought it before any American or European bought the phone.
Okay.
It was a simultaneous launch. Simultaneous launch in India is only 1, 2 or 3 year old.
Correct.
It was a simultaneous launch, and because of the zone, the time zone, India got it before Europe and Americans.
Wow.
So when I bought my Apple last year, 14 Pro, it was before any Westerner had bought. Similarly, if somebody had bought it a week back, iPhone 15, you would have bought it before the Europeans.
That's
so Dubai का एक वीडियो आया था मॉल में पूरा
pandemic
जैसा हो गया तो but Indians had bought it before Dubai, before Europe, before Americans.
Interesting.
Second, even a Tim Cook, even Elon, if they have the latest iPhone, I also have the same latest iPhone. Their cover would be different. So that is my justification. Please go ahead now. So I have justified.
No, I know. No, I am, to me it is, and I bring in then my South Indian middle class mentality.
No, let it be. You're way beyond that. You are an ultra HNI. So
no ultra, no HNI, but I'm just a prudent investor and I try to,
so we people who are in the fund management industry, we have a very bad,
I know.
I would tell my my clients get scared when they buy a new car. They don't give me mithai because they know मैं इतना उनको
सुना देते हो. So
but now I've learned that's wrong.
So with gadgets I might not do. The Apple is the only obsession I have. But movies for me is first day last show. Friday को picture release होती है. वो तो कोई
pocket पे heavy नहीं है.
Pocket पे heavy नहीं. आजकल तो वो भी pocket पे heavy हो गया है.
आपको क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
नहीं बहुत फर्क पड़ता है यार. Their inflation is 200%. I must say.
Unless you're taking your entire office together, how is it heavy on your pocket?
नहीं. I'm saying and because I eat popcorn also and
so
popcorn is घर पे popcorn बनाओ versus वहाँ पे खाओ देखो कितना
फर्क पड़ता है. Do we have any guy Lakshmi whom we know कि he's the provider of popcorn every year? I'd like to buy his company. ये popcorn कौन बेचता है? So
seriously. And when it comes to food, I love experimenting food. So any new restaurant launch, typically again there I am the first week going and experimenting. Okay. But because that's something which nourishes me.
You should start a blog for that.
I do that. I put some pictures on Instagram, and that's my, I would say breakaway quotient sort of a thing. Do
you charge them royalty?
No, not at all. Not at all. Actually, that's not a bad hack. But yeah, till
it's a good hack.
But that's that's what keeps me sane in this mad world of finance. But as I said, the Gen Z is they have to understand that compounding. The sooner you understand, you earn.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to pay.
My second podcast was on compounding. I uploaded 3 podcasts on only power of compounding.
Interesting.
Very basic level. So there is you know the story of Australian rabbits.
Australian rabbits.
Yeah.
Okay.
So couple of years, I think I borrowed it from Pulak Prasad's book.
Okay.
Wonderful book. Couple of years back, somewhere in 1800s, Australia never had rabbit before 1820, 1830.
Okay.
Okay. The climate didn't suit. Then they imported, one guy imported 9 rabbits in Australia, okay, from UK. Today, they've grown to more than 10 billion. Okay, then I applied what is the compounding rate. So rabbits mate very fast and 9 ka pehle 100 hua, thousands hua, millions hua. And Australian government today has to spend couple of million Australian dollars to control the menace because of the rabbits. They eat their crop and all. This is an example of power of compounding.
Brilliant. So I think, we use different examples. Chess is again a very common. So I play chess, so chess becomes an example for me to relate. But yeah, bamboo shoot is another example.
Yes.
So, but these are all important to harness and jawbone. I use this with my father, for example. Forever he used to be, at that age, they and a teenager think no different. One is always expending, one is saving, and one thinks that, safety pot is only being in traditional mode of investments. So to tell him that, you will have capital protection.
But you are a debt person.
No, I'm not. But he needs growth, no? Growth was his motive.
Of course, I'm with you. But I'm saying, I have a picture of you as a debt.
No, but I'm saying this is the conversation I had with him almost 17, 18 years back when he was never into equities.
Yes.
And now even at this age and stage in life for him, almost 45-50% of his portfolio is still in equities, which is very important because somebody has to take that leap of faith and Sam Dam Dand. I believe that, you make him or her understand in the manner that she is able to emulate the best.
Yes.
Giving technical parlance to somebody who is saying that I am a rocket scientist is not going to hold good.
And see, personal finance, Lakshmi, has not been taught in schools, colleges, and dare I say, even in chartered accountancy and MBA finance.
Absolutely.
It is not taught. People are, because I am a financial coach, I go around and you give me any group of professionals and let me tell, they might be very intelligent. Super achievers in their field, they are financially not literate.
No, I'm
कहाँ invest करना वो सिखाया ही नहीं जाता है.
I'm not surprised at all. I completely understand. So I made investment mistake, for example, many years back in my career. I always thought insurance is investment. हमको भी थोड़ी सिखाया गया था. Then हम सीखे, हम तो.
मैं तो बना ही financial planner इसलिए क्योंकि मुझे किसी ने मिससेल किया था. I was in City Group, CA MBA, doing investment banking, and I bought the first tulip. And then I said, if I can be taken for a ride,
absolutely.
Imagine a layman.
Yeah, that's true.
So we have to work on that.
No, without a doubt.
I think we are speaking rocket science. मैं तो ये भी बोलता हूँ कि कोई म्यूचुअल फंड का बिलबोर्ड है. Somebody should stand at the bottom and you talk to 10,000 people who are passing through. और वो बिलबोर्ड पे जो लिखा है वो रीड करके बताए और समझा के बताए. Possibility is very minimal.
I agree with you. That's
we speak Urdu, Sanskrit. We don't speak normal language.
No, so I always tell people that investments is not rocket science because I'm not a scientist. So I think that kind of,
But people have that mentality.
The way it's about constant job owning, no?
Yeah.
I think that's
Yes.
what you need to keep job owning into them and keep
Job owning.
Job owning.
Achha, what is that?
You just harness, hathoda
Keep on
leke,
hitting, haan.
Kind of constantly telling them this is what it is. And yeah, ultimately, जब पानी भी पत्थर पे ये करती है तो ultimately वो रेत बनी जाती है ना. So eventually अपने को रेत थोड़ी बनाना, अपने को.
But कहीं education में मैं तो बोलता हूँ 14-year-old से शुरू करना चाहिए.
I would agree. I think it should start from high school without a doubt.
Yes.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
Great. We'll go to rapid fire, then we'll do the turntable.
Yes, yes.
Equity versus debt.
Personally, growth, equity,
Okay.
and predominant equity in my portfolio.
This is a big revelation. I would always view you as a debt person.
No, but Nirav, see, I have managed money on the fixed income side, but as I said, both have two different objectives.
Yes,
no? So in
100%.
my personal portfolio, for me, the growth stage is the most dominant, right?
Yes.
Because I'm in the
Yes.
salaried
So
class.
a former debt CIO, 18 years, says equity is preferred over debt.
No, but I have
That is
always-
its place.
Even 20 years back, when I made my first investment, that was in equity. Because I need to grow my wealth, no?
I go back to my nursing Munji days and I think कि कभी कहीं 1-2-5 लाख रुपए तभी मेरे पॉकेट में होते और तब इक्विटी मैंने ले लिया रहता, even in index fund.
Correct.
Where would that be?
Precisely my point.
When we passed out, what were the rates and what are the rates today?
It's crazy. My first investment back in 2000, and that too nudged and forced by one of my colleagues, was 100 shares of KMFL, Kotak Mahindra Finance Limited.
Okay.
Back then in 2000, there was no bank. Bank to 2003
बाद
mein
में
aaya.
convert. You holding on to it?
No, hear the story. That's
अच्छा,
sad. So that was a good part of it. 100 shares at 100 rupees. And वो double हो गया, मैंने बेच दिया.
Wow,
Rest is
we
history.
got happy very easily. We get happy very easily.
Absolutely.
Don't cut the winners. Don't cut the winners. Debt versus alternates.
Not strictly comparable if you say debt versus alternates.
Okay.
Both have very, very different. And alternates is again...
Debt and equity. Alternate में भी दोनों हैं.
हाँ, perfect. So,
So
alternates...
debt mutual fund versus debt alternates. So I gave you the vehicle. Debt through mutual fund, debt through AIF.
So today, if you see, both are on a level playing platform. So if your risk appetite is high, you can play through debt alternates on the performing
Private
credit
credit
space.
and all.
And if you are a plain simple investor where capital protection preservation is paramount, then you should play through gilt funds.
Okay. So equity versus equity alternates, equity AIFs.
Again,
mutual fund.
equity mutual funds versus equity AIFs, again, both on the listed space. If you want, some...
Equity AIFs are listed.
Yeah.
Okay. Not in the unlisted.
No, I'm talking about listed space. Listed versus... See, you can't compare an unlisted versus listed. It's not a
why
right...
not? There are two asset classes with the same nature.
Yeah.
The vehicle is different. So why can't we compare?
Because you cannot, at least I cannot envisage a portfolio where an overwhelming portion of your portfolio will be in alternates and in unlisted equities. You're compromising on liquidity. You're putting very, very high risk. So these are all complementing strategies.
So it is like in Asian cuisine.
Yeah.
Okay, you cannot have it every day.
Absolutely.
रोज का डब्बा नहीं बना सकते.
बिल्कुल नहीं.
ठीक है, once in a while.
See, I love pani puri, okay?
Yeah.
Can I have pani puri starting from breakfast, lunch, dinner and high tea? Answer is no.
Okay.
स्नैक की तरह खा सकते हैं. मैक्स टू मैक्स मेरे में थोड़ा गुज्जू भी खून में है तो डिनर के लिए खा सकती हूँ.
Okay.
But I can't do BLD, breakfast, lunch, dinner and high tea.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have NMIMS and Gujarati in common. Okay. Rupee versus dollar. Next 20 years. I know the past track record, 3% approximate depreciation, 3 to 4% every year. Now, and I think if you remove dollar as a reserve currency, US will fall.
But I think dollar will continue to remain
Because no
the
alternative.
reserve currency. Its incremental, appeal might just kind of
Keep on waning
recede, which means it is advantage EMs or Asian currencies. But I think dollar will remain the pole position. I don't know, at least...
See, pound का जब fall हुआ ना, nobody anticipated or envisaged that.
Correct.
So it's very easy to today imagine sitting here in 2023 कि dollar का alternate आएगा.
Yeah.
But they are not making the right noises since the last 10-15 years. Printing machine बना दिया है. That's the question I had asked Warren Buffett also.
Right.
When I got the opportunity कि Richard Nixon ने gold standard हटा दिया था.
Correct.
was it the right decision in hindsight? क्योंकि अब तो कुछ है ही नहीं, प्रॉब्लम आता है तो प्रेसिडेंट से फोन आता है कि स्टार्ट प्रिंटिंग, and every problem they pushing the can down the road.
See, the lack of faith in fiat currencies is definitely real
increasing.
because every country
that's why bitcoins of the world came up. नहीं तो कोई जरूरत नहीं था.
Yeah, but I'm saying that with a rationale, obviously gold was the alternative, no doubt about it. But if at all, if I have to envisage another currency, to my mind, it would be gold. Okay. Not clear, or maybe a basket of few currencies with a predominant.
So that was the next question. Gold, yes or no?
Gold, gold is a term insurance.
Okay.
It's a term cover to your financial portfolio.
Okay.
It is your Shahenshah or last person standing when you think the entire world is going to come to an end.
So I have a different twist on gold. Gold, so I always say कि you ask an American or a European housewife, how is gold done? And she'll say कि क्या है? But you ask an Indian housewife.
Yeah.
So I remember one data point that in 1980 and in 2008, the gold price in US dollar ounce was 850.
That's correct.
1980 to 2008. So for a Westerner, gold is, there are two gold asset classes.
Correct.
There. Gold for the Western.
Absolutely.
And gold for India. Because of the dollar.
Because of depreciation in rupee, it adds to the value of gold. No doubt about it.
Gold खरीद रहे तो dollar खरीद रहे एक तरीके से, proxy हो गया.
Yeah, एक तो वो है.
Rupee depreciation को stem कर दिया.
Correct, correct. So I would say have tail-ended allocation to gold. It is very incidental that you get returns.
What is tail-ended allocation?
Tail माने 100 रुपए में 5 रुपया 10 रुपया. But
5, 10, 15 बहुत.
Yeah.
वो तो वैसे भी Indian household में है.
Though there's no point really looking at, saying that I really want to own gold because it will, as I said, play the role of the last person standing in your portfolio.
So it is a pessimist guy's investment.
And yeah, it's a pessimist guy's investment. And when जैसे बोलते हैं ना पूरे ब्रह्मलोक में या देवलोक में हाहाकार मच जाता है, then शिवा की third eye खुलती है. It's that kind of a scenario.
उस दिन के लिए गोल्ड है. और वो अब साइकिल छोटी हो गई तो हर 3, 4, 5 साल में वैसा एक सिनेरियो पैन आउट हो सकता है.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely.
Okay, तो गोल्ड एज एन इन्फ्लेशन हेज ये सही है कि ये टेक्स्ट बुक फिनोमेना है?
I think equity is an inflation hedge.
Yes, nothing like it.
Absolutely.
But if somebody like me is over invested in equity, थोड़ा सा गोल्ड?
Tail end, as I said. धक्का मार के देखिए आजकल इन गोल्ड हाउस होल्ड पिलो में भी है, क्लोजेट में भी, हर जगह पे देयर इज गोल्ड. सो व्हाट इज द ऑफिशियल होल्डिंग ऑफ गोल्ड, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू से. बट इफ गोल्ड एज एन इन्वेस्टमेंट, आई वुड से इट हैज टू बी थ्रू गोल्ड ETFs और सॉवरेन गोल्ड बॉन्ड्स. दैट्स द बेस्ट वे ऑफ ओनरशिप.
हालांकि इंडिया में एक्चुअली तो इट इज द कच्चे का पैसा.
And by the way, you get that extra, the rate of interest, which in sovereign gold bonds you get, and anything extra you get.
And cannot be stolen. Cannot be stolen. Is sovereign gold fund getting the benefit of a PPF that it cannot be attached in case of a?
I am not aware.
Okay, because it's sovereign. Now, in spite of gold being bought by the Chinese and the Russians and probably other governments, तो ये भी एक नया फिनोमेना है कि the reserve banks of the world are buying gold.
So if you look at the trend, China is a net seller of US treasuries. They've been exiting China, though the foreigners are net adding to US treasuries. Because China is net selling.
China and Russia both.
Correct. So where is the flow of money going? So even countries like Kazakhstan, for example, they're buying gold.
So that can be another trigger.
No, but that's always been there. Central bankers need to diversify.
Not with this kind of a ये जो फिनोमेना हुआ है कि like because Russia attacked Ukraine, whatever little I know, they had US treasury reserves, but they didn't allow them to withdraw from that.
So gold is where that.
So then who will, now other countries will also think who are opposite side of US.
Yeah, so that's why
that's a new trend.
So the trend, if you ask me, the trajectory for gold prices, I think the broader trend is intact in terms of the positive trend. Near term, I don't really bother too much about vulnerabilities. So have a sparing proportion of gold in your portfolio. Not having it is, I don't think, is a great idea because things are just rapidly changing.
And it has done surprisingly well. I'll rate. I mean, I was not a fan of gold. I am a fan of Warren Buffett. He said that, but then he is not aware India में gold के साथ क्या हो रहा है. Although एक phenomena I'll add that the next generation is not taken to gold.
They may not because they like cryptos, and I call crypto like, I was just explaining this to a student, and I said, these are your carbs, rice is your carbs. I took the thali example. I said this is your fat, which is the good fat, which is the meatha in your portfolio, and this is your proteins, the paneer and the sprouts.
So what is crypto?
Papad.
अच्छा.
खाने से 3 दिन तक इंडिजेशन का चांस बहुत हाई है. एंड पैलेटेबल तो है ही, नो डाउट अबाउट इट. स्वाद अच्छा आता है.
सिर्फ टेस्ट के लिए खा रहे हो.
पापड़
तो वो सिर्फ क्रिप्टो किक के लिए ले रहे हैं.
एंड कितना जोर से क्रैक होगा.
और किक कैन बी ऑन बोथ साइड्स.
एब्सोल्युटली. सो
एंड NFTs?
And see, I'll tell you these cryptos and NFTs, I tell that, you know, this is something which you should debate with a 20 minus. I am 40 plus in terms of age. So I don't claim.
But then see you are 40 plus, they are 20 something, but this is a trend even you cannot ignore. You are in the world of money.
No, I hear you.
You have to keep an eye on that.
No, but see, I'll tell you what, I need predictability. I need to be able to chart cash flows.
So it is not ticking any of the boxes. Now, they say nothing can stop, and I am not a fan of crypto at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. In fact, the reason I don't buy it because of I'm an ethical investor. So I've never bought ITC.
Okay.
So ethical investor will not, because whatever wrong is happening in the terrorism and all, it's very easy to do a private transaction in crypto. If I want to buy a bomb, if I want to buy a gun, if I want to buy drugs.
In the dark world.
In the dark world, in the dark web, crypto.
Yeah.
So that is the reason I don't buy crypto.
No, so for me, I'll tell you what, I need to be able to plot 2-3 things on a macro basis, demand supply for any asset class. Okay, mota numbers to daloge na aap. Yeah, I can't do that. Then second is, as you say, you know, in terms of demand and supply, who is going to control, you know, is there a finite supply, infinite supply? Not cash flows. Cash flows. You know, ultimately, all said and done, cash flow is sanity. That is your sanity quotient. Can I plot the cash flow? So if I cannot, then I am okay
so
not.
So cash flow to Lakshmi gold mein bhi nahi hai.
नहीं, cash flow gold में नहीं है, but that's why I said it is not. It is a term cover on your financial portfolio.
ठीक है.
So I'm very clear on. I'm very clear on which asset class. Demand supply आप उसका gauge कर सकते हो. How much of gold is getting mined? That data is available worldwide. Cash flow is not there, but that is the reason it's not a financial asset. No, it's a term insurance. Why do you take a term insurance today? Are you taking a term insurance today? I take one term insurance every birthday, for example.
Okay.
Is it because I know kal to I am going to pop off and this money is going to be available for? It's not, because I do not know the certainty element of my life. And to hedge against that, I buy a term cover.
Wonderful. That's a different perspective.
And after 30 years, I'm okay if this term cover expires worthless.
And doesn't give me anything.
Because this kitty would have done enough.
Compensated for it.
Perfect. That is how I treat gold as my financial.
So you'll never look at crypto.
I will never look at crypto.
Blockchain is and I'm not promoting it at all.
Blockchain is a technology.
Blockchain is a technology. It is an idea whose time has come.
Correct.
And I believe digital currencies are also an idea whose time has come.
Which is absolutely fine.
Because of the foolhardiness of the central bankers around the world.
Correct.
And the fiat currency, what they are doing.
That's
I don't think, except for Indian RBI, people are doing the right job.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of mismatch.
Correct.
Crypto mein what I wanted to say. One thing is, no, I really forgot. And NFTs, please say something on NFTs.
No, so again.
I mean, that is again, crypto, you know, a teenager with little bit knowledge of software can create his or her own crypto.
I agree with you.
Any idea how many cryptos are there?
I have no clue. I track not
At
more
the
than
peak,
4 or 5.
there were 5,000.
I track only 4 or 5.
And Dogecoin was launched as a meme.
It got popular after
because of Elon's tweet.
Yeah, it got popular after Elon. Absolutely correct. So
and,
as I said,
and one day he also did a reverse tweet.
It's quite possible.
And it fell like anything.
So I would rather go and you know, identify a multi-bagger in the unlisted equity space, understanding the promoter's psyche, understanding the cash flow that he or she is projecting, and take a view on that and be okay with that view going wrong, rather than putting money for the sake of it. See, one need to identify fads, and I think in investments, it is very, very important that there will be noise, which is medium density, whatever, which is there in the market, and there is cacophony. You have to steer clear of that. It's very, very important.
So noise is different, cacophony is different.
Totally different. Noise में थोड़ा तो या markets में
cacophony is where you can't hear anything.
Noise में क्या होता है? Noise में also try to steer away from the noise value, but the point is that you can't completely eliminate that from the world of investments. Okay. Of course, so you need to be, you know, eklavya, dedicated, focused, and stuff like that is there. That's what we keep doing that day in, day out.
Yeah. Okay. So Lakshmi, time for turntable.
So what do you do when you are not, doing your, financial coach lessons, when you're not doing all of that? What are you doing then?
I don't do anything else beside that. That's the complaint my family has.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm either, so I'm a MFI registered mutual fund distributor. So office hours are spent on that. I'm a blogger. I have now turned a podcaster.
Okay.
Okay, and my family is very afraid the speed at which I am podcasting. So it's been 2 months and I have 30 in the bank.
Wow.
Okay, interviewed 7 CEOs like you already in 5 days.
Okay.
Okay, and culled out some 20-21 episodes. I'm going for one more right now. I'm a financial coach. So if somebody catches me on Sunday and says, "Ki coach me," I'll do that. Okay, तो उसके अलावा I don't gossip, I don't have friend circle whom I meet every week and talk.
Wow.
So,
but you are from Nagpur, so at least you go and meet the tigers in the jungle.
My travel time is practically zero because my office is below my house. Okay.
Excellent.
I traveled 2.5, 3 hours every day while I was in Bombay in corporate life. So I said I'll do my travel time as zero kar dunga.
Wow.
Sundays I sit in a coffee shop and I'm planning to write a book, How to Destroy Wealth. You can give me a better. And if you do, so Charlie Munger says, na, ki tell me where I'm going to die so I don't go there.
Of course.
So I'm writing, I am a big fan of Riches to Rags. Okay.
Interesting.
So how to destroy wealth, how corporations, how organizations, how individuals have destroyed. And it surprises me, we are in this, कैसे आप वेल्थ डिस्ट्रॉय कर सकते हो क्योंकि आप बहुत सारी हमारी फील्ड में सो आई टेल माय फ्रेंड हु इज अ हार्ट सर्जन कि बॉस यू कैन नॉट मेक अ मिस्टेक बट वी इन आवर इंडस्ट्री कैन मेक अफोर्ड टू मेक लॉट ऑफ मिस्टेक्स unless it's a blunder and again rise back.
Interesting.
So how wealth gets destroyed, how corporations, so we work and that the Sam Bankman-Fried and every 1 month you get 1 or 2 international and local exams.
Wow.
So help me with that. That is what I...
Interesting. Very nice. Second question, can I ask you?
Yeah, please.
If, you know, have you seen the movie Virasat, Anil Kapoor?
Yeah, I liked it.
So if you were that Anil Kapoor of the movie Virasat, not in the gaon, and saying that you can make 1, 2, 3 changes to the entire financial system, what would you do?
Financial system of the city,
nation, of the nation.
Of the nation.
हाँ, आपको तो
पहले तो मैं इक्विटी का टैक्सेशन हटा दूंगा. See, equity is a great enabler. Okay, and with due respect to the regulator about why you are so passionate and why you like equity so much, I said whether I am a rickshaw wala's son, a gardener's son, or a middle class fellow, upper middle class fellow, or a son of a billionaire, equity is a great leveler.
Yeah.
तो एक रिक्शे वाले का बेटा अगर 10-15 साल इक्विटी में कंसंट्रेट करे और स्टडी करे तो वो एक बिलियनर को भी कंपटीशन दे सकता है. ओके, इट्स अ ग्रेट लेवलर, इट्स अ वेरी डेमोक्रेटिक एसेट. तो जब इक्विटी इज स्प्रेडिंग इन इंडिया, जस्ट स्टार्टेड. Okay, why are you killing it by taxing it just because it is becoming popular? And isn't it a myth that mutual fund is for upper middle class? If you have a 500 rupee SIP that you can do a 5,000 rupee lump sum, it's open to everybody. Let it go to the last rickshaw wala, last coolie, right? Everybody. So I'll remove taxation on an asset class which is the only one which can compound wealth. Okay, and I'll spread financial literacy. Okay, and I want to teach the masses that आप जीरो से हीरो बन सकते हो अगर आप सिर्फ पढ़ते हो. We are in a knowledge economy. तो knowledge economy में equity, somebody asked me yesterday कि why you like equity so much. I said sir, सिर्फ read करके पैसा बन रहा है ना. Common sense, little bit of intelligence, lots of common sense, lots of reading, and you can make money.
Of course.
Sitting anywhere, you can sit in a tourist spot. In your villa, and you can make money. I need an internet, laptop,
and it requires common sense.
It requires common sense. Beyond a point, it's not as complicated as we make out to be.
That's true.
और उसमें मुझे structured नहीं चाहिए. I can do it through mutual funds. I can do direct equity.
Absolutely.
Now with an app, I can buy US equities, international equities, world over. So it's a wonderful asset class. Financial literacy spread करोगा. Or you know, you don't have to be jealous from compared to only an inferiority complex guy will be jealous of somebody.
Correct.
So what happens is I see in our maids and all when people rise from lower class, what attracts me is delta. You started at a lower middle class and you went to upper class. So you would have started at middle class. I don't know. I'm assuming, and you are.
Absolutely.
Okay. So not all because of knowledge.
Correct.
All because of studies.
Correct.
तो इसके industrialist era में you needed land, you needed a lot of political clout and all. The beauty is in this era you only need knowledge. If you are educated enough, so I'll spread education. I'll make all school education free.
तो फिर फिस्कल डेफिसिट का क्या होगा?
कुछ नहीं, बहुत पैसा. लक्ष्मी, यू नो बेटर. हाथ रेस करो ना, वर्ल्ड में पूरा वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड में पैसा बहुत है, एप्लीकेशन नहीं है. मेक इट इंटेलिजेंट. व्हाट मोदी जी डिड विद बुलेट ट्रेन, राइट?
दैट्स ट्रू.
लोगों के पास पैसा डिप्लॉय करने का वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड में तरीका नहीं है. दे हैव मनी, वी हैव यूजेस.
Yeah, that's true.
And we are also giving returns.
No, I agree with you.
Our debt returns are almost equal to their equity returns.
No, and I think India is, you know, somebody was chatting with me yesterday and he asked me what is the stock you're most bullish on, and my answer was I'm bullish on the stock called India.
India, Bharat.
Because, you know, the reason being that, and financial literacy is something which is very, very close to my heart. And I travel length and breadth. I also travel, you know, the B towns beyond, you know, the top 8-9 cities only for this, because that's something which I'm very, very passionate about.
And I think the new talent, the new wealth, and people have a myth. There's a lot of wealth even tier 2, tier 3, tier 4
Without
towns.
a doubt, without a doubt.
Money is flowing like milk.
Interesting.
You know, everywhere, and knowledge is also flowing. And if you talk to, so one day I was talking to an ultra HNI from Kolhapur.
Correct.
Okay, he's meeting the top 5 fund managers and he's picking brains. That
Yeah.
the guy is 20-year-old.
Absolutely.
Imagine. So, you know, or if we are not marketing, that we have to learn from US. Bharat ko market nahi kiya hai. All the Western money over the next 10-15 years has to flow into Bharat.
No, without a doubt. I agree with you.
तो
Totally.
पैसा capital deficit नहीं है.
So, you know, the joke again, when I came back after my roadshows, I was in Japan. So, Japan वैसे भी थोड़ा दे आपके साथ झुक के दे greet, you know. So, the joke I was sharing with my team is, the more you talk about India, the more the 90-degree bend happens, which means they're so excited about India.
Which we have never seen before. You would be traveling all along. But पिछले 8-10 साल में जो changes आए हैं, the respect is there. But I am saying we're still underselling ourselves.
Absolutely.
आज मैं world में, I tell all my NRI clients, I have NRI clients in 17 countries.
Yeah.
And you see, they are not very keen on India. उन्होंने 10 साल पहले भारत छोड़ा था ना, वो वाला इंडिया उनके पिक्चर में 15 साल पहले.
I'm with you.
I say, boss, if you are an NRI, so in your AIFs and all, you are attracting foreign capital. And look at our non-resident, I call them non-resident Bhartiyas, NRBs, I have termed them.
Yeah.
Come on, look at Bharat.
I agree.
And I asked a question in a webinar, I just did one for Dubai, which is the land of rising sun. Everybody said Japan. I said, no. It's 9 a.m. in the morning in India, in Bharat. Okay, it is 8 in the night in Japan. You get the analogy.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, it is 7 o'clock in the evening in Europe, 5, maybe 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock in US.
Correct.
China means also it is 4 o'clock in the evening. It is 9 a.m. morning in India.
Absolutely.
This is the land of rising sun.
No, you're right. Bang on.
Great.
That's a good one. Perfect.
Pleasure. Thank you for your precious time.
Thank you so much, yaar. Pleasure.
People are going to benefit.
Thank you for listening to the AUM Finance podcast. Remember that all investments are subject to market and other risks, and one should read offer docs and other documents carefully before investing.